Now, I want you to imagine for a moment that you're me, and you are desperately trying to make sure that you'll be able to have food during the stream. Now, I want you to imagine that your cat is Yumi, and Yumi will not allow you to sit back down. Because sitting back down is illegal in Yumi land. Apparently. But, let's see. There we are. How is everybody doing today? Hopefully y'all are having a wonderful, wonderful time. At least I hope you are. Because otherwise, things are kind of awful. It'd be very, very awful if things can continue just being awful. But it'll be right. Professor Glacian said just finished the first part of my laundry. Neat! Sitting down is illegal in Catland. It is. It really is. Oi. Oi, 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 oi. But, the good news is I have my seat now, which means I can actually stream and stuff. Be kind of awkward if I never got that back. This is the Biden Hebrew conspiracy? Well, you'll find out. You'll find out. Oi, oi, oi. Is Biden in charge of the Death Star? Yes, the Death Star of David that has the Jewish space lasers. That's Joe Biden. Ow, ow, ow. Oi. So, is Biden in charge? Joe Biden, seriously? That's close to what it is. What are we gonna blow up with? Well, first we've got to we have to get California on fire. California needs to be on fire. After that, who knows? Who knows? Yep, we live in Star Wars. Completely and totally. Ow. We're always on fire here in California. Well, I hear that Texas might be able to fix that problem for you. I think Texas is actually managing all that stuff pretty well. Do. Texas can pray for you. You just get on? Yeah, I just went live. Just went live. Technically should have gone live earlier, but I'm also a moron, so... So I managed to get on late. Which blows, but is okay. We do have a couple of topics to handle today, though. We're going to be dealing with some Classically Abby. We're going to be dealing with, apparently, a conspiracy that Biden is the beginning of the end times because his name translates into Hebrew into something. It's weird. It's weird as shit. What else do we have planned today? What else do we have planned? Oh yeah, my state needs to fuck off. My state's deciding to be transphobic, because of course it is. Because of course it is. But I think today's going to be fun. Besides, I have a little bit of a, what's the best way to word this? An experiment that I kind of want to run at some point. But I wanted to see with you guys if you think that experiment would be worthwhile. I kind of, just a little bit, want to make a video where I go onto, like, Omegle or something with the VTuber avatar and just fuck with people. I think it would be fun. I think it could be quite entertaining. Got the idea because there's another VTuber, Ian VTuber, who did something similar. Their premise was freak people out. Kinda think my premise should be something different. Like, make people think about politics or something, I don't know. Fuck with them a little bit and just be like, hey, hey, hey. Would you let the workers own the means of production for cat girls? If a cat girl asked you to seize the means of productions, would you? So we'll see how that ends up working out. Also, thank you very much for the subscription, Bombi, John Cummo, Joshua Johnson, and Dark Blue. Let me see if I can't lower the volume on that a little bit. Why is that so loud? There we go. We're gonna do a test widget. Yeah! I just dropped the volume down. Get real with them, asking how they doing, what their struggles are, motivate them. Yeah. Ask if they believe in cat girl rights. I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be fun. You would need a communist background? No, I wouldn't. I would just look behind me and go, look, do you see the world behind me? Like, do you see the world behind me? It's on fire, right? Like, everything behind me is on fire. Hold on. Like, here's what we would do. Cleaning up some stuff real quick. I go, look behind me. Do you see this behind me? It's all on fire. Do you know why it's on fire? Do you know why all this is on fire? Because you have not seized the means of production. The means of production are not currently in your hands. So everything's on fire. You could change this. Seize it. Less horny posting, more praxis. No. Reject Bennett. Return to Neko. That's what you'll have to do. Looks more apocalyptic than on fire. Well, of course it looks more apocalyptic. It was on fire. It was on fire. What do you expect? Of course it looks like everything burned down in an apocalypse. It was on fire. Wait, is that fear-mongering? No. The means of production are currently on fire. We can save them together. I am only monkey. Look. Reject Bennett. Return to monkey. We get rid of gender. If we destroy gender, then no more fire. That's it. We solved it. Gender is responsible for... Gender reveal parties burned down a quarter of California. Gender is responsible for the destruction of the world. Remove gender, Global warming solved. Instantly. A gender reveal cannon killed a guy. Oh dear. Sweet Strong Woman says, are you a socialist or a communist? I am a socialist, and that comes from a state of being a pragmatist. I think that an ideal communistic society can only exist in a full-on post-scarcity society, and we are not in that society. I disagree with the idea that we can get to post-scarcity with the current technology. Now, I could become a communist if such technology and such ability and means to transport everything were to exist, but currently they don't. Gender reveal parties are when 1984 happens. That's what it is. Why am I stuck like this? Hold on. Hold on. Face rig, explain. Is it because I'm like... Meep? I'm so confused. It has me, like, leaning. I should not be leaning. Face rig. I would like to not be leaning. There we go. I didn't want to be leaning, so now I'm not leaning anymore. I solved the problem. Let's do a quick check and see where I am here. Okay. That's what I figured. I figured something was wrong. Okay. I got it now. We're all good. The creator of Dirt Vader totally isn't a Star Wars fan. Not at all. Not at all. There we go. Yay, everything functions now. Excellent. No arms, canon. No, I have no arms. I am paralyzed from the neck down. That is canon. We accept it. We accept it in canon. Okay. Why no hands? Well, because Rimixen didn't give me hands. I don't have hands because I was not granted them by my creator. So, that said, who's ready to dive in? I say that loosely. Dive in to Caitlin Bennett. Not Caitlin Bennett, classically Abby. I get all of these people confused now. Dive in them? No, we do not dive inside them. That would be bad. How can anyone defend Gina Carano? Well, I guess we'll find out. Right? Nope. Nope. Yeah. Hydro City Zone. That's perfect for what we have to do today. Completely and totally adequate. What? Okay. So, into the first segment. It's not even been an hour. Let's go. I am a big fan of Star Wars. So at some point, I was going to have to comment on this in a way that is not just a passing comment on a live stream. So, classically, Abby decided to give me my opportunity to talk about Gina Carano and what happened with her. So let's go ahead and take a look at her video. Let's dive right in. But if you haven't subscribed already, maybe you should do that. Just food for thought. Okay. Abby, please lay wisdom on me.
And welcome to today's episode of The Scoop.
Okay.
If you are new to my channel, The Scoop is our opportunity to chat, go over what...
You are very low. I need to fix that. Hey, okay, hold on. You, volume mixer. Let's do that.
Went on over the course of the week and act as if we're grabbing a cup of coffee together. I love having this opportunity every single week to talk to you guys about kind of what's going on in my life and hearing what's going on with your life. So make sure to let me know in the comments below what you've been up to. Here on my channel, we talk about commentary, beauty, fashion, lifestyle, and opera, all from a classic and conservative perspective.
So she and I'm gonna fix the audio. Don't worry. I'm actively working on that. For some reason, it was way too low. I think I've got it fixed. But so she says that she tackles all those things from a conservative's perspective, and at least that's true. But here's the thing: maybe when you're dealing with the liberal arts, the conservative perspective isn't what's required there. But you know, we haven't really got anything of substance. Let's go ahead and continue. That's just filler so that I can get the audio fixed.
If you would like to join the classic crew, go ahead and subscribe and hit the notification bell, and you'll be able to see all of my videos on all of those topics. So I'm really excited to jump into today's video. So grab a cup of coffee or tea or soda or water or whatever else it is that
It's soda. Just get it on.
you're drinking. And let's get into it. I'm feeling kind of goofy today. I feel like I'm on the verge of laughing, which is... does that ever happen to anyone else where you're...
I think that happens to literally everyone at some point. I do not think that is a unique thing.
You're talking and it's just like something's building up in your chest and you feel like you have to start laughing, and I kind of feel like you can hear it in someone's voice, like if you're on the phone with someone and it feels like they're holding back a laugh or they're smiling, like you can hear it. That's where I'm at right now, and I don't know why, but that's where I'm at. I'm feeling goofy, so we'll see how this video goes. But the first thing I wanted to talk about is my hair. I tried...
What? But the video title is about Gina Carano. Why are we talking about your hair?
To do hot rollers today. Normally when I do hot rollers, I mean, it doesn't look terrible, but I don't rollers because of an Instagram influencer named Mary Orton.
I'm gonna find where you start talking about the topic, Abby.
But that's where I'm at. Have you ever used hot rollers? And if you have, what was your experience?
Oh, I see what you're doing. No, what she just did is this is a standard YouTube thing. I understand what this is. This is trying to get engagement on your video by making people pause the video, go to the comment section, and comment. It's actually a really legitimate strategy. I don't like this because, like, hair rollers weren't part of the title of the video. It's not what I'm here for. I'm here to talk about Star Wars, personally, but I guess I'll go ahead and use this as an opportunity. What do you think about randomly pausing the video and going into the comment section and saying stuff? Let me know in the comment section. I'll use this opportunity to piggyback off of her strategy. Why not? Just, come on, Abby, let's go.
Let me know in the comments below. The next thing I want to talk about today is something that's been going crazy in the news, which is Gina Carano.
Yep.
Gina Carano was on The Mandalorian, and I use the word was because she was fired because of something
She was not fired. That is not how this works. But I'll let you continue for a little bit, but I'll contextualize that.
Posted on her Instagram story, which said, Jews were beaten in the streets, not by Nazi soldiers, but by their neighbors, even by children. Because history is edited, most people today don't realize that to get to the point where Nazi soldiers could easily round up thousands of Jews, the government first made their own neighbors hate them simply for being Jews. How is that any different from hating someone for their political views?
So it depends. There's a difference here. So, first of all, Abby, political views are not vacuous. There's a political view called Nazism. And if somebody is a Nazi, I feel perfectly fine hating them for their political views. Secondly, there's more to this statement than just saying wow, you just hate me because of my political views. One, like I said, political views have substance. There's things entailed by them. There's political positions about things like who should we be incarcerating, for instance? Who should be punished for X, Y, and Z? Who should be beaten in the streets? Should we seize the means of production? Any of these are political opinions, and they are not vapid, vacuous statements that just merely make up a small facet of one's personality and can be disregarded. Political statements have weight. Political opinions have weight. It's perfectly valid to dislike somebody because they're political opinions. Because you know what? If you're in the LGBTQ community, for instance, and you dislike somebody for their political opinion on the LGBTQ community, like they don't like you, they say that you should burn in hell, that is both a religious and a political statement. And you could say, oh, you just hate me because of politics. You just hate me because of my religion. Well, no. I dislike you because you think that I, as a person, do not deserve to exist. That's the angle that you take there. Because, again, political statements are not vapid or vacuous. The other thing, Abby, there's something else that was said during that statement. The whole history is edited thing. Now, it can be taken for granted that history is generally edited by the victors. History is generally skewed in the favor of one person or another. But when you say the statement, history is edited, and then you bring in the Holocaust as your next statement, these two things together create a very strange pairing. We have a big issue, especially in online discourse, with Holocaust denialism. This is from like your Nick Fuentes camp of people, where they say that there's no way that 6 million people died. The math just doesn't work out. I don't think the Holocaust happened. They use tiny bits of data to then say that the whole thing didn't happen. And then the next step after Holocaust denialism is, wait a minute, maybe they're trying to engage in a persecution complex. Maybe the Jews are responsible for all these horrible things in the world, and then you land back in the exact same place that we were in Nazi Germany. So there's more to this statement than just conservatives are like the Jews. The same things are not happening to conservatives as were happening to the Jews. That's just a falsehood. And there's more loaded into this statement than that just a mere point of fact. But we'll go ahead and continue your video. You may have a point. You may change my mind.
Because of this Instagram post, which as a Jew, I will say, not offended by it. I don't love Holocaust comparisons because I just don't think there's enough context. But was this a horrible thing to say? No.
I think I just explained. The wording of it it butts up close to Holocaust denialism when you put the history is edited and then Holocaust anything in the same statement. When you put those things together, you automatically create a loaded statement. Moreover, again, the mere political opinion fact, that's part of this conversation as well. It doesn't matter if you personally, like as a singular individual, who, might I add, are a very privileged individual based on where you are, that mere anecdote doesn't mean a whole lot here.
Depending on the situation, I just don't think it's useful, but it's not a terrible thing to say, and she's not a bad person for writing it, and she's
not a bad person for writing that specifically, but we'll get into some other stuff.
Deserve to lose her job.
Okay, so she didn't lose her job. Let's get a couple things straight here. This is the point where I have to add context to this, because as I do have friends who work in the film industry, also, love this freeze frame, perfect. Didn't realize we'd be getting one that good this early in the video. But, you know, sometimes life gives you lemons and sometimes it gives you Abby Shapiro. But, that said, here's where I might need to give a little bit of context to what happened with Gina. She did not get fired off of a set. What she was, in show business, is called between contracts. She had a contract that ended in season 2. Now, there was a chance, season 2 of The Mandalorian, there was a chance that she could have gotten another contract to work on season 3. That's how contracting works. As an example, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, and you were wondering why Shane lasted until the second season of that show, when in the comic book he died like 6 pages in. The reason for that is that in the show, the actor who played Shane had signed a contract for 2 seasons. Because of this, he needed to be on the show for at least 2 seasons before they could write his character off, and then, spoiler alert, that is when his character died. That had to do with his contracting. Gina was in between contracts. Her contract ended for season 2. When you are between contracts, you are told to be very careful with what you do on social media. Because public perception doesn't just reflect on you, it reflects on the company that you are working for. In this case, Disney. If you are between contracts, the general rule of thumb is to please be on your best behavior, because if there is a chance that you're going to be written into the 3rd season of a show, the next season of a show, that is completely on you to be on your best behavior, at least until that contract is written, right? Before any of this even happened, though, Gina had already been writing things about COVID, she'd been writing things about trans people, she'd been doing things like saying that her gender was beep, boop, bop, and then telling other people this isn't offensive, when, mind you, it's never on the offender to decide whether or not something they've done is offensive, it's on the person who they have argued that to. For instance, I, as a white person, could not put on blackface and say, no, this is offensive, look at the context in which I'm doing it. No, that's not up for me to decide. It's never been up for me to decide. It is up to the marginalized group to decide if you are insulting the marginalized group. As with any insult, only the insulted person gets to determine whether or not they felt insulted. Gina had already been doing all that, and from what I understand, she had been warned because of this to be on her best behavior at going into season 2, or going into season 3. And instead of being on her best behavior, she decided to do that. She decided to post a very politically charged message, which was filled with falsities, and moreover, again, because of the way she worded it, got very close to Holocaust denialism. Now, if you're a company, you've got 2 options here. You can either run defense for this person as much as you can, or you can go, we told you not to do this, and yet you went and did it anyway. It's not hard when you're between contracts to just not go on social media. With any job that anybody has, it's not difficult to just not post if you know that something's going to get you fired, depending on the context of what it is. Again, Gina, though, did not get fired. She did her contract up to season 2, and then was waiting on a new contract for season 3. That's not getting fired. Getting fired would have been if Disney had broken contract with her. But that's not what happened. She wasn't promised a renewal, and then she ultimately didn't get a renewal. And it was because of her own actions. And everybody that's saying that, oh, this means that she's been canceled, the left has gone too far. Really? Disney could have just not done that. It wasn't people on social media saying one thing or another that leads to that decision. It's Disney looking at that and going, maybe we shouldn't bring this person in again. Disney has more power than a bunch of random catboy emojis on Twitter. But okay. Let's continue her video, see if she says anything else.
But she is a Republican. So if you say something...
Wait, are you going to say that she got fired, in quote, because she's a Republican? Because they knew she was a Republican before they signed her on for season 2.
Something that the left can call you out for, even for no reason, then...
There were reasons, though. I just explained them.
They will, and you'll get canceled. What's interesting is that the main star of The Mandalorian, Pedro Pascal, posted his own Holocaust comparison just 2-ish years ago, where he shared a tweet.
2 years ago. Not the same thing as posting while between contracts. Abby, you have to really dig and reach for that one.
Tweet that said, #ThisIsAmerica, with a picture of Jews in the concentration camps in Germany in 1948. And underneath it, he showed...
You're gonna say kids in ICE camps, right?
America 2018 with a picture of children in cages.
Yeah, that one's actually... Okay, so do you see the do you not see the difference here? Children being put in cages at the border is very different than Republicans can't say racist shit online. Those are not the same thing. Like, you can engage in tu quo que all you want, but that doesn't work here. The context of the previous statement does not have the connotations of Holocaust denialism in it, and it doesn't have the absurd notions of conservatives being beat by people for their opinions. Whereas what Pedro, who is the actor who plays Din, Mandalorian, when he posts that, he's literally taking an actual camp where actual people are actually being kept and using that. Can you not see how these are different, and how a media company who's responsible for your contracts might see these things differently? And moreover, you need to remember that when it comes to Gina, she posted between contracts. I don't know how many times I have to hammer this in. She posted something inappropriate between contracts when she was waiting for renewal. Disney's not going to go and look at your old-ass tweets and then go, oh shit, maybe we should fire you from the show, or however we're going to word it, after looking at your old-ass tweets. That's not what's going to happen. There's a difference here. There's a difference in the context of the statements. There's a difference in the timing of the statements. These are not the same thing. You can't just sit here and pull this random shit and expect it to work, but don't worry. I'm sure there's at least, 2 people in your audience who think this is good? Why don't we check the ratio on this video? Just out of curiosity. Ooh. That's not good. Not that argument about populum says you're right or wrong. I think you're wrong for other reasons.
Pedro Pascal still has his job. He made a Holocaust reference. Why was he allowed to do it, and why is Gina Carano not allowed to do it?
You're divorcing everything from the context. You're gonna tell us that it's because she's a Republican, I'm sure. That's not the reason.
Well, it's because he's on the left and she's on the right.
No, that's not how that works.
That's literally what it comes down to.
No, it comes down to context, Abby. It comes down to context. This isn't difficult.
If you're on the right and they can cancel you, they will cancel you.
Do you not think that leftists get canceled too? Dude, I've been canceled. This didn't work. Contra got canceled. It just didn't work. Fucking what? How many times has Vosh been canceled? Oh, and by the way, it didn't work for Gina either, because now she's got a directing position with Ben Shapiro, your brother. Oh, that's why you're making this.
If you're on the left and they can cancel you, why would they?
But it happens to us leftists all the time. In-groups on the left always cancel each other. That's a thing that happens all the time, Abby. You don't realize that, do you? You have awkwardly full lips here. This is a very weird freeze frame. I feel awkward staring at this. I'm gonna hit the button.
So Carano was fired from her job at The Mandalorian.
She wasn't fired. She was between contracts. You can't get fired for a job you don't currently have.
She was literally let go from her job, and it's unacceptable. If you're on the right and you say absolutely anything that they can pick apart and cancel you for, it will happen.
So, are you saying that Twitter leftists run Disney? Because for this position to make sense, Twitter leftists would have to run Disney. And yeah, she just called her Corona. That's kind of funny.
Which is why we shouldn't allow anyone to be canceled, right or left, because...
No, definitely. Shouldn't have canceled Hitler.
Because once it comes for all of the right, it will come for the left too.
It's been happening to the left for years. It already happens here. Ignoring the fact that what you've just engaged in is a slippery slope fallacy and doesn't actually function within the context of the situation. Again, it doesn't matter. It already happens to people on the left. All the time. All the time!
It's never going to stop with the person that you want to cancel, because eventually the left will say that people who aren't far enough left will also be able to be canceled, and it comes from...
That already it happens to far leftists, it happens to people that are liberals, it happens to everybody, Abby. It's not some, like, monolithic world where the left has to destroy everything on the right, and then slowly it turns into an Ouroboros. Leftists infight enough. We already do this shit to each other.
For everyone. What's ridiculous about this, of course, is that Disney is also the same company that wrote in the credits of Mulan, "Thank you to the Chinese government that is forcibly sterilizing Uyghur women and putting them in concentration camps." So Disney clearly...
That's whataboutism as well. Like, yes, that's horrible. Yes, Disney's a terrible corporation. Maybe you should do something about terrible corporations that are allowed to engage in shit like that. Maybe you should do something about, I don't know, conservative values that lead to organizations gaining the amount of power that they have. Maybe some leftist policies could do something to solve the problem of corporations getting so big that they're able to just celebrate other governments, genociding their own people. Maybe that's a thing that can be done. But in any case, it is fallacious to tu quo quo Disney in this particular case.
Does not have an issue with creating a Holocaust, but they have an issue with anyone on the right saying absolutely anything. So
that's not how things work. I don't need to explain this more, I don't think.
Disney really stands for absolutely nothing.
Correct. They are a faceless corporation, no values except for monetary ones. That's a problem. I agree.
And it's ridiculous to think about. But I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts in the comments.
Okay, so I've given you my thoughts, and I know you're going to move into the next topic, but I'm not here for that next topic. I was here to talk about Star Wars. I wanted to talk about lightsabers. I wanted to talk about blasters. I wanted to talk about the best model of the X-Wing. I wanted to talk about the weird racialization of Mace Windu in the extended universe, where he goes on to... He, as one of the few black Jedi, has to go onto a jungle planet where his people hail from, where they call everybody Dosholo, which translates to brother. Maybe I should start a conversation about how weird and racialized that is, but I'm not going to do that right now. My love of the Star Wars extended universe aside, Abby, I don't know if you're ever going to see this video. In fact, I'm almost 100% certain you will not see this video, like, at all. But maybe, if you did watch it, you can see the difference between getting hired and fired and being between contracts. You also didn't bring up her previous tweets, which, by the way, when Disney got rid of her, it was within the context, or got rid of her is not really the best word, didn't sign her on again. It was within the context of, you've done these things already, maybe you shouldn't do more of them. But, in any case, what do you think in the comment section? What did you think of Abby's video? How do you think that any of this should have gone down? What's your opinions? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear it. With all that said, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, hit subscribe, go to the description and support my channel any way that you want to, and please hit the bell notification icon so that you can see whenever new videos come out and new streams go live. With all that said, I will end on an ear wiggle. Wuggle, 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 wuggle. Insert end of video tagline here. Okay. That was fun.
That squirrel looks familiar.
Also, we got a few donations during that. Rider for Life donated $7. Freedom of speech isn't freedom from consequences. Gina wasn't canceled. She wasn't renewed as a result of her actions. Why do people not get this? And then Rider for Life said also, for $10, remind me, what do you call canceling on the right? Oh, right, boycotting. Netflix, Target, and countless others were boycotted by people on the right for a lot of reasons. Yep, they do this shit too. Pumpkin J super chatted 99 cents. Thank you very much. Asmodeus says, sir, it's got to correct you. We didn't cancel Hitler. He canceled himself. You know what? You're right. You're right. Hitler canceled himself. Hitler, the best leftist, apparently, for canceling Hitler. Jesus. Looking through the chat. I'm actually curious, how many of you knew about the Mace Windu Jungle Planet thing? So when are you going full body with your avatar? So I'm going to be getting a 3D artist to work on a 3D version based on this 2D avatar. And then I'm going to be getting a full motion capture rig eventually so that I can actually like capture individual movements of my fingers, everything. Like, there's a lot of stuff that I want to do that's going to involve either upgrading this avatar or getting a new 3D one. Star Wars Expanded Universe is too big. Yep. Have we covered the gender topic late? Just finished class. We haven't covered the gender topic late. Or we haven't covered it yet. Who's the 3D artist? I haven't figured out who I want to be my 3D artist for it yet. I don't know many 3D artists. There is one person who said that they would like to do one, but they were honestly kind of pushy about it, so I don't want that. I select the artists who do stuff for me. That is how that works. If I'm going to be, when I pay an artist, I try to pay them as much as I can, where certain things are concerned. So if I'm going to be paying you upwards of several $100s, I'm not gonna let you push me into that. So I'm gonna have to see what I can do. Mandalorian made Life Day canon for what it's worth. I know. Jimmy says, what's a good free video editor that lets you record webcam footage and narration while editing? The default one for Windows 10 is trash. Okay, look. Get HitFilm Express and get OBS. Don't have the recording and the editing in the exact same program. Don't. That's bad. Oh, Rider for Life said, heads up, Gina's the one who said she pulled the plug for not apologizing for the post she made. Oh, so she wasn't even canceled. She left. This whole thing is just, wow. Mandalorian, I feel, is a return to classic Star Wars. It is. It feels good to watch. It feels awesome to see. I like it a lot. But yeah, no, fuck Life Day. Okay, so before we get into the next topic, I am going to have to leave you for a little bit so that I can go cook some food. Stream's still going to be up. We're going to get into the next topic shortly after I get back. But I'm going to leave you with some good music. Hold on. Maybe not this one specifically. Hold on. Here we go. Leave you with some decent music. And I will be back. Still going to be on stream, though.
space, I do it for my race. Word is born. Who coulda did this? That snitch named Rouge. When I catch
In an ideal world, that's the longest break I'll have to take during today's stream. In an ideal world. That hurts. There should be a slider on any editing program to change the volume of what you're recording, Jewing. But in any case, food fucked up, which is just agitating. But it's fine. Well, G-Wing, I can't help you on stream, then. I'm sorry. Look up how to lower volume on hip film. Basically, I figured that I could make food very, very quickly on stream. By tossing some butterfly shrimp, like some boxed butterfly shrimp, just in the deep fryer. But apparently, the deep fryer is not doing very well. I need to replace it, of course. So after it cooked the butterfly shrimp, it shut off and didn't retain heat in the oil. So when I tried to put French fries in there and try to cook those real quick, it just completely and totally decided, nope. So now I've got a bunch of French fries that are just covered in oil, but they're not crispy. It's just gross. So I have the rest of the French fries that are left in the house in the oven, and in 20 minutes maybe I'll be able to pull those out and have some crispy fries. Well, see, Glaceon, the thing is that I was trying to get something done quickly while I was on stream. Eric Knox, I understand the thing with the shrimp, but the idea was to get them done quickly, so that I could just hop back on stream. Shrimp can be air fried. Just eat raw vegetables. All my raw vegetables are frozen right now. Air fryers are good. They're very good. Just eat raw frozen vegetables, man up. Ha! Okay. Here's what we're gonna do real quick. I'm gonna set a timer for 15 minutes from now where I can check the fries. And then I'm going to go grab those so that I can start the next segment. I can't start it until I'm done, otherwise I'll be stopping halfway through. Wait, Pedro, what's wrong with frozen vegetables? It's just a method of preservation. Oh, that sucks, Emma. Undercooked macaroni is not good. Wait, what beef do y'all have with frozen stuff? Pedro, I don't only have frozen vegetables. I also have canned vegetables. Go fork yourself. Look. Canned veggies work because you don't have to buy them but once every 4 years. Can't say I've ever had that problem, Noah. Frozen veggies and frozen meat seems to work fine for me. Wait, what do you mean canned? What do you mean? How do canned veggies work? I'm confused. Canning doesn't require a lot of salt. Yeah, I'm confused. If Sonic is a hedgehog and Tails is a fox... Wait, what? Mika, there's frozen... So I've got... I have canned corn, canned carrots, canned peas. Trying to think of what else. Canned lima beans. I gotta go refill my drink. I'm gonna see what other canned shit I have. Fuck. Okay, so turns out I have canned potatoes, canned celery, canned corn, canned green beans, canned string beans, canned peas. Note, not all separately. A lot of that is together in, like, a combined thing. But still. Canned beets, oh, I have canned tomatoes, but that's not a vegetable. Tomatoes are not vegetables. Tomatoes are fruits. Otherwise, I would have mentioned those as well. Like, I've got canned water chestnuts. Oh no, bad JNA. The canned celery is not good on its own. What you've got to do is, you have to actually put it into a stew. Yeah, canned chicken is horrible. Like, of the canned meats, Spam is fine. Do I have Prince Albert in the can? No. I don't even remember what was supposed to make that joke funny. It's been years since I heard it. Intelligence is knowing tomatoes are fruits. Wisdom is knowing not to put tomatoes in a fruit salad. Correct. I need to learn how to make good curry. Because Charisma is selling a tomato-based fruit salad. Like, I'd like to make a good Japanese curry. The kind that you have in, like, Pokemon Sword and Shield. I had some of that the other day. Turns out there's a local sushi place here that sells curry. And I had never had Japanese curry before, but I decided to pick some up. Because it was one of the cheaper things on their menu. And gonna be honest, not half bad. Bad Jane, are you talking about that golden curry stuff? That is like a, it's like a cube? It's like a candy bar almost, where you break off cubes for curry, right? Yeah, Japanese curry is a thing, see? Like this, right here. This looks good. I like this. Did I see that David Perdue's running again in Georgia for the Senate? That'd be funny. Like, I'm gonna be honest. The stuff I'm eating right now is okay. This is, like, it's literally, like, great value shrimp that I've just tossed in a deep fryer, and honestly, I can only handle a little bit of it. I just had like the 10 shrimp that I've eaten so far have already made me feel like gross. So I can't eat anymore. But something like this, just like a good curry like this over a white rice, that just looks to die for. That's something that I want to have at a restaurant someday. Like, but there's no way to put something like this on Grubhub for a treat stream. Which makes me sad. There's Indian curry. Also, no lie, I am eating a handful of Starburst gummies because I made a sauce for these shrimp, and I'm regretting the sauce. It hurts. Trying to stream while having hot sauce is not a good idea. It's just not. Hold on. Let me check that thing. Okay, one sec. What is this?
Well, hey there, y'all. So in today's What the Fuck Kentucky news, if a U.S. senator from Kentucky doesn't finish their term, current law allows the governor to choose anyone to fill the role, and it doesn't matter which party they represent. So if, for example, Mitch McConnell or Rand Paul left office early, either by choice, expulsion, or death, our Democratic governor, Andy Beshear, could put a Democrat in that position. The Kentucky State Senate President, Robert Stivers, wants to change that, and he has Mitch's backing to do it. His proposal would make the governor not only choose someone of the exact same party, but they would have to choose from a list of 3 names provided by the executive committee of the departing senator's state party. My question is, why is this having to be done now? There has been a Democratic governor of Kentucky almost Mitch's entire 36-year career. I guarantee you the Kentucky Republicans already have those 3 names chosen, and I also guarantee one of them's Daniel Cameron.
Huh.
Well, hey there, y'all. So,
Well, that's fucked up.
today's
Okay, what? No, let me pause you.
What the Fuck Kentucky news.
Fuck TikTok's website. That's fucked up. Honestly, that's fucked up. McConnell is objectively the worst turtle. That's the rule. He's the worst turtle. There are many turtles. He's the worst one. Completely. Hmm. Well, while I chew this last Starburst gummy, let us stare at these lovely pictures of curry. But you know what? Yum. There we go. Feeling a little better. Hold on. So there's a stream I'm going to be on a little later today. And I'm gonna have to let them know, you know, I might come with the boobs. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and swap our backgrounds. We're due for a different background. And boop. There we go. Nice and calm. Nice and calm. On. So we need some rocks for some of these. Hold on, let's see. Why do I feel like you made this nice and calm background for a topic that will cause blood to boil? Now, why would I ever do that? Why would I ever do that? There we go. I just wanted that one smug picture. There we go. Yeah, I specifically wanted the smug look. Hold on a second. There we go. Okay. Cool. Where is this? This is Apatos. Oh, there's my alarm telling me to go grab those fries that are in the oven. Ugh. Alright, I'm gonna go get those, and then we will begin. Never mind, I'm not getting fries today. Fuck me. So, there's a trick with the oven. We got the oven used. Apparently, with the oven, you have to turn it on multiple times to actually get it to work. And it was warm when I turned it on, but apparently it shut itself off while I was gone. So the fries are just kind of sitting in there. Like, there was a little bit of warmth in the oven, but there wasn't like that heat blast that's supposed to hit you. So I reached in and touched the metal and was like, oh, well, I guess everything's still cold. Fuck me. So, no fries for me. Fuck it. I didn't need food anyway. Whatever. I'll grab, like, Chinese after all this. Apparently. No, no, Neko. Nobody needs to purchase me food. I will go pick up food after the stream. Or have it delivered, one or the other. I don't know. Depends on if I can manage to get into the next stream on time. David Thompson's like, well, shit. David's the one who gave me the oven. He knows exactly about this particular issue. Oh, well. Oh, well. I'll manage that later. The stream is going to be on your favorite Neighborhood Atheist channel, I believe. Let me double check. No, not yet, David. Not yet. I'm gonna give it a little bit, and then I'll call the insurance company on it. I have to wait till I get paid before I can do that. Hold on. Dude. Okay, toddler loves your avatar. She gets so excited about her kitty woman friend. Fair enough. At least I told you about it before I brought it. Yep, that's fine, David. I understand. I'm not like upset or anything. I'm just, if this was happening when I wasn't streaming, I wouldn't be upset about it at all. I'd just be like, okay, yeah, that happened, whatever. But since I'm streaming, I'm just like, that's a little bleh. But 99% of the time it works fine. It's just the one time I'm streaming that it just decides that it doesn't want to work. Here. This is the show I'm going to be on later today. It's going to be live in 4 hours. Okay. We got 2 topics to get into, and we got to hammer them down. And if we can't get those 2 streams, if we can't get those 2 topics out, then I'm screwed today. So let's go ahead and start up. Also, a foot of snow is the apocalypse in Georgia because we don't have the equipment to handle it here. On that show, actually, it's a call-in show. I'm going to be the call-in guest. So I'm going to be the one assisting with the calling in and shit. But yeah. Oh, go ahead and hop in there and pop in that chat and just be like, we're waiting for this. Or what, however you want to do it. Not the line, not this time. It's a show called The Perspective on your favorite Neighborhood Atheist channel. All right. So, I've chosen a calming background today. And that's because the subject of today's video is not calming at all. Got an article to read you, and I know I've been saying multiple times that it's not about sports when we deal with trans issues. It's never about sports. It's always transphobia. Now, there are a handful of people who might vehemently believe that it's about sports, and that they're going to do what they can to hold up the integrity of sports because the integrity of a game is more important to them than the identity of an individual. Especially considering that there's a lot of people who didn't care about women's sports before this debacle. So what have you. I'm not worried about any of that. What I am worried about is the fact that we even have to have this conversation to begin with. And I'm going to go ahead and let you know, this is what happens when you let this conversation get out of hand. Okay? Here. Georgia is considering a panel of 3 physicians to evaluate girls' genitals for school sports. Now, I have to let you know, this is a proposal, okay? The thing with the proposal is there are some politicians who do proposals strictly for clout. They don't think they're actually going to pass, but this is Georgia. It can. Now, what is being said here? Well, they want to ban trans women from sports, of course, trans girls from sports. But their way of doing it is going to be by having 3 adults engage in genital inspections of children. Not gynecologists, just random ass people that they choose for the sports team. These are not doctors. It says a panel of 3 physicians, but I highly doubt that part will actually happen. Moreover, it's one thing to have a physician or a doctor of any kind look at your genitals when you were a kid because there's a problem. Like, you may have an infection, you may have your first STI, or not STI, well, that could happen as well, but your first UTI, like, any of those reasons could be valid reasons, but we need to check and see if you've got a penis, or you've got a vagina, so that you can play a ball game. That's not a valid one. That's not a valid reason. This new bill is considered in Georgia's legislature, would create a panel of 3 physicians to examine the reproductive organs and genetic makeup of girls in an effort to ban transgender girls from women's sports. The proposed bill was introduced to the GA House of Representatives earlier this month. Remember, our House of Representatives has Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's why I said it's possible. It's completely possible. But the proposed bill would come earlier this month, calling for banning transgender girls from participating in sports. Critics and legal experts believe the proposal would be found as illegal if introduced in law, just like a similarly written law in Idaho, which we covered on this channel, from later this year. At least I believe I covered the Idaho one. Currently, it's been blocked by a federal injunction in Idaho. But need I remind you, this is Georgia, and I have no faith in us. I have no faith that when it says a panel of 3 physicians, we will actually get people who are certified gynecologists or are actually certified to do anything there. This could easily just be like random school nurses or anything. I have no way of knowing, and I have no way of verifying this part, and I have no faith that it would be put through. I have no faith that any of this would not be used to just abuse trans people. But then again, if it's literally put in specifically for the purposes of banning trans youth from participating, there's you're just ostracizing them. You're segregating them from society. If you're a sports enthusiast, this is something that matters to you, and you're trans, you have to live with the idea, if this were to push through, that as a kid, there is no way outside of harming your own personal identity to function as a trans person in sports. And I think that's gross. Telling a child that they have to choose between either their identity or their passion is really screwed up. But apparently, here in Georgia, this is A-okay. So another proposal was introduced this week by other state legislators that went even further. House Bill 372 would redefine gender as a person's biological sex at birth. Can I go ahead and point out that that's literally trans erasure? That erases trans people completely, legally. If legally, within your state, you can only ever be referred to by your birth sex, your gender, your identity, everything, that is completely and totally erased for the rest of your time in that state. This would require state-funded schools and associations to ban any participants that they deem not biologically male or female from sports, and call for a panel to examine information about genitalia or chromosomes of any participant who petitions otherwise. What kind of a horrible invasion of privacy would this be for a child? Imagine being even an adult, this is an invasion of privacy. We actually saw, there was an Olympic game where one of the runners was a cis female, but because she was built a little more stockily and because she won so handedly, if memory serves, we ended up, and I can't remember the name, somebody in the comment section, please let me know this person's name if you happen to have it off the top of your head, but this person had to go through tons of inspections and shit because they believed that she was trans. And they were going to revoke her ability to keep her medals if it turns out that she was trans. And after several invasive inspections, they found that she was cis. And then it was like, okay, you're cis, you're allowed to keep this. But that's... how screwed up is that? That was an adult dealing with that. Now imagine a child trying to deal with this? State Representative Philip Singleton introduced House Bill 276 on February 3rd. It would have made the state the 17th in the nation to consider a bill that would ban transgender girls and women from competing in school sports as their gender. All of you devil's advocate pieces of shit who have spent their time during this debate going, look, I understand that gender identity is very important, that the identity of a child is very important for us to let them be themselves, but I just am very concerned about the integrity of sports. Fuck you. Fuck the integrity of sports. Fuck all of this. That child's identity and future is much more important than your little girl sports game. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Moreover, if it was the case that trans women just dominated trans women dominated every sport, then we would see that in the data. But we don't see that in data. In fact, actually, there are other points where, cis males have decided as jokes to run as women, and some schools have let them, and they haven't even won in certain competitions because they don't dominate everything. But apparently people think they do. Apparently testosterone is a miracle drug. Apparently. Singleton's proposal is still in committee, but it was lampooned by LGBTQ advocates and legal experts who weren't sure it would withstand in court. The Georgia School Board Association Director of Policy, Angela Palm, wrote in an email to committee members that it would go against Title IX federal discrimination law, in addition to President Joe Biden's executive order against LGBTQ discrimination. The fact that we even need to have an executive order about this is a fucking issue, but apparently we do, because people are stupid. AJC says Mac Beggs. Was Mac Beggs the Olympic runner who got her privacy completely and totally invaded because they thought she was trans? Thank you. Palm also noted that House Bill 276 included a provision waiving the state's immunity to allow anyone who is deprived of an athletic opportunity by a school or athletic association to sue the organization in addition to the state's boards of regents. That would put school districts in a no-win situation in both state and federal courts, her email reportedly explained. So we think it would be a big waste of government resources. So Bill 276 means that if you are deprived of an athletic opportunity by a school because you're trans, By existing as trans, you've completely waived your ability to do anything about it. Said no, high school trans man? Oh, okay. Okay. Fair enough. Well, if I am grabbing names that are thrown in the chat and hoping that I have the right context for them. State Representative Rick Jaspers introduced House Bill 372 on February 9th. It also excludes trans girls and women from participating in school-based sports or athletic organizations and bans anyone who isn't a cisgender male or female. Oh boy! Oh, but the devil's advocates told me that it was just about maintaining the integrity of sports. It wasn't about discriminating against trans people. It wasn't about that. Oh, no. It's never been about discriminating against trans people specifically. It's never been about harming them. Yes, the fuck it has been. This is like Jewish question people who are just like, look, I'm not an anti-Semite. I just have some questions about the Holocaust. I just have some questions about Jewish people in power. The root of it is not devil's advocacy. Stop hiding behind that. Scorpion System says that Caster Semenea was the lady at the Olympics. Okay, but Mac Beggs was a trans boy who was forced to wrestle on the girls' team in Texas and ended up winning those titles. And then, oh yeah, and then didn't they end up like wanting to take away his stuff there too? Like take away his stuff because they went, oh no, he's been injecting that miracle drug, testosterone. Furthermore, the bills allows for students to petition for the right to participate in sports. The petitions shall include at a minimum information regarding the student's gender based on their reproductive organs, genetic makeup, and other medically relevant factors. Jesus, can you imagine putting a kid through all that shit? Okay, just consider this. Consider this. Imagine being one of the, quote, skeptics. I'm a skeptic as well, so here, I'm going to call you guys out. All right? Imagine being one of the skeptics who says that we shouldn't be letting people know about trans issues when they're kids because they shouldn't be introduced to that stuff when they're kids. Now imagine that a kid finds out that they are in fact trans. They've undergone psychotherapy. They've gone through all the processes. They're on puberty blockers. They might have even started HRT at 14, 15, 16, whatever age you determine that they're old enough to make a decision like that. I don't care. This is a hypothetical. Get out of my lane. Now imagine that that kid has to deal with all of this. Now imagine a world where we've been told, don't tell kids about trans stuff. Make them deal with all of this dumb shit in isolation. Don't actually understand how to do this. Now, imagine you're a kid trying to explain this to your friends. You have friends who were on the team and they want you to join. They'd love for you to join. This is going to be your opportunity to socialize with people from here on out. And you're just told, nope, you're trans. And no kid around you is able to understand what you're going through. None of them are able to understand anything. Because we're told constantly, no, kids shouldn't know about this stuff. And then they wonder why we have adults who can't figure this shit out either. And they wonder why we have transphobes. Gee, would maybe a little education on your other living, breathing human beings around you not help? You're telling me that we're allowed to learn about the Holocaust and we're allowed to learn about the bloody history of the United States, but the fact that other members of society might just be a tiny bit different than you, that one's bad. That we can't tell kids about that one. Ethnic genocide, perfectly fine for history class. Existence of trans people, probably not something to talk about, apparently. That one's too touchy. The bill allows for students to petition. We already went over that. It also includes a provision granting protections for any ordinarily reasonable, prudent actions by the physicians involved. No physician acting in a voluntary capacity shall be liable for civil damages or subject to disciplinary action under professional licensing regulations as a result of activities authorized by this code section. Yeah, this isn't about... Matthew Wilson has it right here. This isn't about protecting girls' sports. This is about scapegoating trans Georgians. And I'm sorry for any of you people who actually are, like, feel like you're legitimate devil's advocate people who legitimately thought that this was about protecting women's sports, that this was about the integrity of women's sports. It hasn't been. The source of this was never that. The source of this was always transphobia. And this is showing the fruits of that. All of y'all devil's advocate people are officially part of this now. Congratulations. I hope the world that you have slowly helped build is the ideal one for you. I hope so. For all of you. I don't want to get into the rest of the article there and the tweets that are shown there. If you want to read it, the link is right up there in here. And do remember that at least a little bit of this is from LGBTQ Nation, which, while they are not a bad source when it comes to fact-checking, obviously there's going to be a bias on that particular front because it is a trans advocacy group, LGBTQ advocacy group, talking about trans issues. There's going to be a bias. But I think that that bias is warranted. If I were a trans person, I would have a personal bias in making sure that places were trans inclusive. And I think there's another thing that needs to be considered here. If we are going to take the position that any option is bad, then the option that allows trans people to exist with their fellow students is by default the one that we need to go through. That's by default the one that we should use. But with all that said, what do you all think of this particular bit of legislation? How do you think this should pan out? I myself am disgusted. I don't like the fact that Georgia's doing this. I don't like that 17 states in the US are trying to do this. It doesn't matter whether or not these things pass. What matters is that they've been proposed. The fact that they've been proposed means that people believe that this is okay to begin with. We need to create a world where they don't. Where the default position is that these are not alright. But, with all that said, if y'all enjoyed the video in any capacity, if you guys found it informative, please let me know in the comment section below. Please hit the like button. Please hit subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you can know when new videos come out. Please check the description below if you'd like to support my channel and what I do in any way, shape, or form. And as always, everyone, insert end of video tagline here. Just blah. Blah, blah, blah. I like to ram my head into a wall when it comes to shit like this. Why they're always complaining about Democrats do XYZ to buy votes. It shouldn't have been made into an option as a talking point. This is disgusting. Patriotic education will correct the issue, teaching children that America was actually... Oh my god. If sports segregation is intended to protect the women from the obviously better men, I think you have to define the baseline sportswoman with tolerance and compare all that. Or we could just desegregate sports. Handle it by fucking weight class. Fuck it. I refuse to actively engage with the trans people in sports debate anymore. I just go, it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter at the end of the day. Somebody's identity is more important than the sport. I don't care. Can you do XYZ? Yes, good. Just go kick ass. Yep. Ugh. Patriotic education is okay, but renaming Aunt Jemima is 1984. 1984 is when Syrup Bottle no longer has Aunt Jemima. That's what it is. Also, remember, 8 o'clock today. So in 4 hours from now, this is going on. I've already said hello. 1984 is when you get blocked in Xbox for saying the N-word. Yep. That's definitely 1984. Whee! I'm just making myself jiggle now. It's fun too. It shouldn't be, but it is. I'm upset. There's a thing happening. The thing happening on Game Apologist server, and I can't join it. I'm upset. Oh well. Maybe the Satanic Temple will come in and help fight this law? Maybe. Hopefully. There we go. Yay, now I can jiggle easier. I did it. I did it. Marjorie Taylor Greene was JQing on Maine. What? Hold on. What happened? I did not spell that correctly. Oh well. Or did I spell it correct? No, it's not. How the hell do I even spell her name? There you are! What the fuck? What the fuck? Are you guys reading this? She's excited that she is an original co-sponsor of the Justice for Victims of Sanctuary Cities Act, introduced to allow victims of crimes to sue sanctuary cities. If an illegal immigrant committed a crime on them, they could sue the city, the sanctuary city. What? What? What the shit? Does this person just shit on... Is there a minority group you don't shit on? Jesus! Why is this person a thing? Wait, what? What the what is this? What is this shit? Trump is still president. He named his new VP as Q and pardoned all the patriots. The jails won't let them out. Let's storm the jails on March 4th. Guns out. What the fuck? Yesterday was the 4-year anniversary of the Parkland shooting. You reached out to the family and victims to express condolences. Oh, right. I forgot it never happened. What? I don't know what the context of that is. I'm not going to report it because I don't know the context. So on her other account, what other account does she have besides this? This is the one I know about. This is how the storming of the, her personal one... I don't know what her personal account is. Is it just Marjorie Taylor Greene? Is it just that? Okay, yeah, it is. That's all it is. Fucking... Can I get a blue check mark, please? Oh my god. So where's her, like, Q stuff in here? The show is now just me on Twitter trolling Marjorie Green. She was tweeting that BLM and defund the police was funded by George Soros. Ugh, of course. Even if he is funding it, so the fuck what? No. I don't like this person. I really don't like this person. I really don't like this person. Just, It's terrifying that there's a neo-Nazi in Congress. A neo-Nazi in Congress? Biden's definitely a necromancer, hands down. You know it, I know it, we all know it. Okay. Okay. We're gonna get into the next thing. Why is life a thing? There we go. Alright, I'm done. More like necromancy. I am a I'm a necromancer. I'm a necromancer. Okay. Where are we going today? Where are we going next? Up. No. Up. No. Up. That's just my background. Up. Green Hill. Green Hill will work. Perfect. I always wanted to be in the hills that are green. Okay. George Soros engages in a fair bit of supporting causes that are political, left-leaning. That's how, but he's really rich and has a history with a family, Germany, World War II background, I think. Yeah, he's filthy rich, but Whereas we can sit here and go, the Koch brothers, oh, sorry, Rip and Pepperoni is one of them, fund, like, Steven Crowder and shit. We actually have evidence of that. I've been told that I get George Soros money. Okay. Okay. Sir's the wealthy conservative Christian. Look, pup. We need to go into some very interesting territory. Hold on, where is it? Where is the conspiracy theory? One second. Hold on. Let's see. Getting all my shit in order. Soros the skeptic confirmed. Oh god. Okay, so. Do it. All right, we are ready to begin. I got everything ready. So, what if I told you that the conspiracy theories around Joe Biden are already starting? You already knew that. You've been paying attention to this channel or literally any other channel that deals with politics. You probably know that there's some weird conspiracy theories about Joe Biden. But what about some weird Christian conspiracy theories about Joe Biden? Well, we have Perry Stone here. And Perry Stone, well, he's got some conspiracy theories for us. Perry, please, tell us what's going on.
What was interesting was his name translated back to Hebrew. Biden, of course, we have to take the I and the E out because there's no vowel in the Hebrew alphabet. It's Bet Dalet Nun, and if we take it, we have two different words here. Most Hebrew words have one root, but we have two different words here that we can find in the name Biden in Hebrew. First of all, we have Bet Yod, which is pronounced, it's pronounced as B, and it means alas, alas.
Okay.
The dictionary says that alas is an expression of grief, pity, or concern, and it's found.
Why do we have to define alas? Alas, poor topic. I knew it well.
I looked at this morning 14 times in the Old Testament, and it's usually used in the sense of a warning or a concern. Alas, the great day of the Lord is coming, etc. And that's in the English translation of our Bible, the 1611 translation. The second part of his name is Dalet Nun, and that spells in Hebrew Dan or Dan. And we read about.
Oh my
Dan
God! Oh my God! He's Dan Biden. Guys, he's Dan Biden. That doesn't actually get us anywhere. What's your point?
And verse 25, he was one of the sons of Jacob that his wife had through a handmaid. And then we read in Genesis 49:16 where Jacob is blessing his 12 sons, and he says this word, Dan shall judge his people. So the word Dan, D-A-N as we say it in English, dun or Dan, and the root, etc., to judge, judgment, to strive. And it also, according to...
Dan, did he say Dan is to judge people? or Dan judges people, because objectively, Dan judges a lot of people. Usually for not liking Sonic the Hedgehog. Calling you out, Dan. There's some truth wanted here.
To the Strong's Dictionary can mean to strive with laws. In other words, to create laws where there was striving or contention. Think about that, in the laws being passed. So actually, the name can mean, alas, judgment. And I got that from an actual Hebrew scholar. It can mean, alas, judgment.
You got it from an actual Hebrew scholar. And we are to be impressed by this. Well, I've got something for you. Perry Stone. Now, just so you know, your first name, just in case you didn't know, apparently your first name in Hebrew can come out as fruit. You know, that's nice enough. That's nice and neat. Okay? And then, in Hebrew, it comes out as Sintet Nun. It's the same spelling as Satan for the next part of your name. So apparently that could mean fruit of Satan. Oh, but we don't even have to go there. You see, I just took this name here. Wait until you can find out you can spell Perry Stone in Hebrew like this. So I copy-pasted this. Now, Perry, I'm confused. Now, this website says that your name comes out as fruit of Satan. And I'm already sus whether or not I should be eating some fruit of Satan. You see, the last time somebody ate fruit of Satan, they gave it to their husband, and then suddenly we got cancer, apparently. But I decided to take that and put it through a translator myself. And what I got was early devil. Now, I'm just curious, Perry. What kind of an early devil would decide that they wanted to tell me that Joe Biden meant a last judgment? Alas, early devil, I'm judging you. But I do have to let you know, there is if we were to take the translation this website had, the Fruit of Satan translation, I could at least say that I'm okay with that one. Because it's been a very long time since I've talked about Zakum. You know, the tree fruit that's supposed to be in hell. At least in the Islamic version of hell. I haven't had a chance to talk about nuclear fruit in a very long time. And you've given me this opportunity. Perry Stone, you are an early devil, you are the fruit of Satan, and I think you deserve some nuclear fruit. As soon as you have a body that can ingest it. What I'm saying is, go to hell, Perry. With all that said, if you guys enjoyed this episode, please let me know. Go ahead and let me know what you thought in the comment section below. I know this is a short one. It wasn't really anything major to look at, but just these conspiracy theories are weird. And we're just going into all kinds of weird stuff lately. But with all that said, let me know what conspiracy theories you've found in regards to all this. Let me know that in the comment section below. Hit the like button if you haven't already. Hit subscribe and the bell notification icon so that you can know when new episodes come out. And as always, everyone, insert into video tagline here. Fucking early devil. What a fucking early devil. Biden, if you replace the N with the T, means bidet. He wants bidets. If we remove all of Biden's name and replace it with two A's, a T, and an S, Biden is Santa! So I just have to let you know, if Santa were to be in our House of Representatives, and he were to write legislation, or amend somebody else's legislation, would he have to amend it with a Santa Claus? You quit your job because of that pun. Ah! The best puns are the ones that cause the most pain. That's how it works. Good puns provide lots of pain. Everybody just hates me. And it's good. The Hebrew letter crap is just numerology 2.0. Agreed. Do. I'm just listening to the music. We are officially done with topics for the day, though, which is good. Only short topics today. There's never enough toe picks. Never? There's always enough toe picks. Pun. Purposefully unanimous nuisance. Possibility for pet cam? Right now the camera's not plugged in, but give me a second. Neat. That one's supposed to fall. Okay. Whoop. One sec. Where's my camera? Where it be? Boop. That's too far down. Wait, why is it not working? Properties. Deactivate. Activate. There it goes. Hi, Leah. Hi, Leah, Bobby. Hi, Leah. Kylie, I will throw a dart. Hey, baby. Hi, baby. No. Hey. I threw one dart. Spooky black baby. Okay, I will be right back. Okay. We are back. Boop! Boop! Kitty sleeps through everything. After a minute's thought, Biden in Hebrew means in God he has judged, so there. Ah! Do. I wonder if Arby's had to kill my turkey because it's taking forever. Jesus. Ugh. Not going to be continuing Sonic Heroes right now. Your son is sad at the loss of Kitty. I'm sorry. Here. Boop. No, that's the wrong one. That's the wrong one! Boop. Hi, Leah. Hi, Leah. Baby. No? He just sleeps through everything. He sleeps through it all. Everything. He just does not move. Throw another dart. Do I have another dart near here that's not, like, loaded in a weapon? The second one, Twilord. The second one. He sleep? He sleep. He does not move. Do 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 do. Ugh. Ah, there goes my back. Do 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 do. Do not shoot Kitty. I'm not gonna shoot the kitty. I actively chose not to shoot the kitty. That said, we are done with all the topics for today, so I think I will start closing us out here soon. It's a short stream today. Only 2.5 hours. Not much. But I do want to thank everybody for coming out, regardless. And remember to tune in over here. Well, that's not there. No, it's boop there. To tune in over here, I just dropped the link there again at 8 o'clock, where I will be on The Perspective. Yeah, I have time to go get actual food now, since mine up and just stopped working. Do. As always, everyone, insert end to stream tagline here.